Our next Sportsline Player of the Year finalist really lives up to that cliche, hey, just rub some dirt on it and I'll be fine. He's a throwback, a lot like his buddy Damon Blocker, an earlier finalist here on the show. John Eads takes us to Dutchtown.
Carter, I love to describe him as old school, and that's what he is. He's an old school football player. He's an old school kid. In how he goes about life.
Carter Hanberry may not have the attention-grabbing stats that some other players in the area have, but the senior is all business all the time.
He gets overlooked sometimes, maybe because of stats aren't eye-popping, because he's a hybrid. He plays kind of all over the field, right? So he doesn't have the most sacks or the most interceptions. He has a lot of each.
Going 100%, 110% every play, playing through the whistle, just giving it all you got. And like no slacking, no jogging, just full speed every play.
That work ethic and other intangible traits Hanberry possesses speak louder than the numbers.
The first thing that Chris Howard, our defensive coordinator, does at the beginning of the week is how can Carter impact this game? He's our jack linebacker, so we can move him up and play him as a defensive end. He can drop back and play as a safety. He can play man coverage. He can play zone. He can blitz. There's just a lot that we can do with him.
So clearly Hanberry's job description was just loaded with responsibilities, and heading into his senior season, the staff decided to put even more on his plate.
You know, we talked about using him in the backfield last year. We had another guy, A.K. Burrell. He was a finalist for this award last year. We were deciding which one to try. We tried A.K. first, and he hit it off, and so we never got to Carter. So we knew all offseason that this was the plan.
Now, this job requires a special kind of player, but Hanberry is that kind of player and was ready for the opportunity.
It takes that young man who is willing to do it first, right? He's willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. That's Carter. It takes a guy that's going to study, that's going to prepare. That's Carter. And it takes a guy that's not going to let any outside influence affect him. He's going to do what's asked of him. And again, that's Carter. So his personality fits that role perfectly.
I've played running back all my life growing up, so that's something that I wanted to do, actually. I was just waiting for them to give me the chance to do it.
Hanberry got the chance, took it, and ran, literally. The all-district two-way star scoring 14 touchdowns, racking up 62 tackles with 11 for a loss, and stepping up big, especially in the postseason.
Had he been a full-time offensive player, he probably would have been an all-state running back. So just how he impacted the game when he had opportunities, he makes the best of them.
The quarterfinal win over Central is certainly evidence of that. Hanberry scoring all 3 of Dutchtown's touchdowns in a 21-20 win over the Wildcats. Then in the semifinal, Hanberry recorded another hat trick, 3 more scores, and a heartbreaking 31-28 loss to the Zachary Broncos. Hanberry a critical piece in Dutchtown making its deepest state playoff run in school history.
It's just a really good feeling knowing that we're the first people to ever do it here and that it might not ever be done again. And that will be, I guess, in the history books forever at Dutchtown. But it's something really to be proud of.
He made his mark on the program. That's something we talk every year when we talk to the seniors before the season. What type of mark are you going to leave in this program? Carter Hanberry leaves a mark that's going to be here for a long time.
Now, if you haven't met Carter Hanberry, here's a story from his junior year that tells you everything you need to know.
It was Saturday morning after the Sandoval game that I saw him with an ice pack, asked him what was up, and he told me, I think it broke my thumb. Well, when did that happen? At the first play of the game. It didn't say a word to us, didn't go to the trainers, just played the game, with a broken thumb. So, and then puts off surgery a week so he can play the next week. He wears a club in a big district game against Denham Springs in the first series of the game.
It was crazy. I followed the tight end out, went straight through his hands, caught it with the club, and switched it back over, and then scored a touchdown. It was pretty cool.
And we weren't surprised, right? We just kind of looked at each other and laughed, right? That's Carter, Every person on this team, every person in the program, every person in this school respects him. They understand what kind of young man he is and what he's about, right? He's about doing the right thing, no matter what he's doing. On the field, either side of the ball, in the classroom, in the weight room, in the community. I'm so blessed to have been able to coach him.